G'day meditators. So this practice, we're going to be focused on sound or silence that we hear in the environment around us. So in the unified mindfulness system, this technique would be called hear out. So in hear out, we have both active and restful experiences. An example of an active experience in hear out is just when you hear a sound. An example of a restful experience in hear out would be something like if you notice that there's some silence between the sounds, or if you notice that perhaps in a room near you, it's quiet. So here's how it works. We'll be letting our attention freely float. We'll be listening out for sound and silence. And then when we notice one of those two things, we'll note it and label it. Noting just means that we briefly acknowledge it and then we focus on it intently for a few seconds. Labeling just means we give it the appropriate label. If it's a sound, the label is here. If it's an example of restful experience, the label is rest. Okay, so let's give this practice a go. Start by finding a posture that is balanced. We want a balanced posture because that supports two important qualities in mindfulness: relaxation and alertness. So for this particular technique, you can have your eyes open or closed. And let's start by taking a few slow and deep breaths. And as we're doing them, just listen out for sounds around you. And now, as your attention is drawn to a sound, acknowledge that's happened briefly and give it the label here, either out loud or in your mind. And let's focus intently on that sound for a few seconds. Now let that sound go. Listen out again for sounds or silence. And note and label your next experience. When you let this one go, continue to note and label sounds and silence over and over again for the length of this practice. If you find yourself drawn to multiple sounds at once, just choose one to focus on at any given time. If you find your attention is pulled away by other experiences that are not sound or silence in the environment, that's fine. We welcome any experience that presents itself to us, but we allow them to be going on in the background without a struggle. We welcome them. But we return our attention to noting and labeling sounds and silence. If an experience disappears immediately, just let it go and let your attention float again. Move on to the next experience. To help you focus, get interested in the detail or details about the sound that you're focused on. Perhaps its location or its pitch, or how loud is it? Is it constant or intermittent? Now, let's bring this short little practice to a close. And if you have your eyes closed, gently open them. If you feel any, even from such a short, tiny practice, any sense of benefit from doing this, then be conscious of taking that with you into your day. And always feel free to continue to practice beyond these 5 minutes. And go to 10 minutes if you wish, or even longer.